Sup, party people? The second little cellophane, it just wasn't great. So I pulled some out, and we'll do the third cellophane with the highlights of cellophane number 2. Sound good? It better, because that's what we're doing. A very sad Jorge Orta. Like, cheer up, Jorge. You're about to, get a call in your favor from Don Denkinger in the 85 series. You're about to be a world champion. Buck up, little cowboy. Vicente Romo. Brian Clark, just chilling in an empty stadium. The stadium is empty because the Mariners were not actually playing games. They were a fake team invented to sell baseball cards. Here we have Ron Reed holding up his Rolaids Relief Man Award. Good for you, Ron Reed. Also, is that really like what you got for being the best reliever? You got a tiny little plaque? I got like a nicer plaque for having the highest average in my high school social studies class. I guarantee you being the best relief pitcher in the league was tougher. There's the man. There is the man. Love to see him. We've talked about Ellis Valentine being traded to the Mets for Jeff Reardon and stinking. But with Montreal, not only was Ellis Valentine an excellent hitter, he had one of the best right field arms of all time. He had a Roberto Clemente type arm. And I will show a couple of highlights. The guy had a legitimate cannon. But that is like useless when you're hitting like 209 with no power. Okay. Terry Poole. Got another Astro. It's Dave Smith. He was an ineffective closer. Ben Ogilvy. I just read a story about Ben Ogilvy. Just because Ben Ogilvy shouldn't have had to hear those boos. He was apparently a very good dude. Another good dude was Jerry Koosman, and the Mets should not have traded him, but they did retire his number. Ernesto Escarrega. I do not know who this is, but Ernesto Escarrega is un nombre increíble. Increíble. Ernesto Escarrega. Mookie. We have discussed that Mookie always makes me happy. Underrated Bobby Grich. Who else we got in here? Bobby Ojeda, soon to be traded to the Mets for Calvin Schiraldi, where he would win 19 games and establish himself. He was traded away because he kept arguing with the Red Sox front office. They would shuttle him between the starting rotation and the bullpen, and he said, "Come on, give me a break. Like, I'm a professional. I can be a starting pitcher. Treat me with respect." And they traded him. Moose Haas. Frank Tanana. Buddy Bell. George Foster. These are all very solid guys. These are the kinds of guys that you remember when you remember guys. Dwayne Murphy, another guy. We had Dave LaRoche and Gorman Thomas in the same pack. And you know what that means, folks. You know what that means. Ken Griffey Sr. with the Yankees. Ken Sr.'s time with the Yankees was why Ken Jr. Said that he never, ever, ever would play for the Yankees. Ken would bring Jr. out on the field to play catch and stuff like that. And one day, somebody in the Yankees front office said, "No kids on the field. Get that kid off the field." Meanwhile, Greg Nettles and his kids were like happily playing 10 feet away. And both Ken Sr. and Jr. thought that had maybe something a little to do with racism. Maybe just a little bit. Jack O'Connor, don't know who that is. John Pasella, former Met whose hat would fly off when he pitched. Journeyman catcher Don Slaught. And finally, a card that we've gotten before, but it still makes me happy. All-star catchers, Fisk and Gary. Fisk as tough and ornery and SOB as Gary was friendly and pleasant. So there we go. That was fun. That was some fun fleer.